here's a short practice you can use when you're at work or spending time sitting, maybe on an airplane or traveling, that you can use to revitalize the upper back, the shoulders, and the neck. Starting in your seat, scoot yourself just a little bit forward here so you're towards the edge. And start by just letting the hands come to the lap anywhere that feels comfortable. Close the eyes and give yourself 3 breaths. Just disconnect from whatever was going on earlier. Feel your awareness gently dropping back into the body, back into the breath. And see if you can take a breath that feels down deep into the lungs. Keep that downward movement of the breath, but also see if you can feel it move into the back of the body as well. Feeling this fullness of the breath start to settle in. Keep the breath feeling full and supportive. And we'll just tuck the chin to the chest here. Find a moment to feel like the head is a little bit heavy. Maybe you feel like the shoulders could settle down the back a little bit. And if your hands are still resting on your legs and your lap, just let them hang loosely next to you. And notice the weight of the arms dropping by the sides. Drawing the right ear to the right shoulder. And then letting the head come back to center. And left ear to left shoulder. Making these little half circles with the head. Feeling a little bit of space starting to move into the sides of the neck. And we'll keep this little movement of the head going. Start to walk. Imagine if you were like on your mat, you'd be walking your fingertips out to the side. And you might feel this line of connection going all the way up through the arm, through the side of the neck there. As you start to find that half circle with the arms reaching out. And if that's feeling like it's good and plenty, you might just stay there. Or you can keep these little half circles going and lift the arms to about shoulder height. Spin the palms up, the thumbs back, and then again, those little half circles. You might feel more of that connection from the fingertips up the arm through the neck. And we'll just do one more on each side. And then when you finish that off, let the chin come back to center, let the arms soften back by the sides. And then this time lift the head up and feel like you're reaching through the chin here so that the throat feels long. So the head's just not dropping back heavy. It's like it's lifting from the chin to find space through the front. And take a breath into the chest, into the front of the throat there. And pull that chin back down to center. And give yourself just a tiny tuck of the chin. And imagine like you're lifting from the back of the skull back and up, so it feels like the neck is getting longer. Keep that, and we'll find some shoulder circles. Wrap the shoulders forward, shrug them up to the ears, draw them back behind you and down the back. Go forward, up, back, down. One more time like that. Forward, up, back, down, and then reverse it. Go back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Last time, go back, front of you and give yourself a little hug. Let the elbows squeeze a bit into the body, tuck the chin, and round the spine forward. Turn to the right, Drop the right shoulder towards the floor, finding a side bend. And circle back and around, coming over to the left side, side bend. Turn to the left. And then circle back forward. Go in the opposite direction. Go left, side bend, circle back, right side, side bend. Rotate to the left and back to center. One more time in each direction. Go to the right, right side, side bend. Circle back and around to left side, side bend. Rotate to the left and come back. Go rotate left, left side, side bend. Circle back and around, right side, side bend. Rotate right and come back to center. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, release the arms, and take a breath. Reach those arms out in front of you, cross the right arm on top of the left. If you can do full eagle wrap, go ahead and bring either the palms or the back of the hands together. If that's not working, catch on top of the shoulders. And then from here, lift those elbows up, press them a little bit forward, and tuck the chin a bit. Feel that sense of the back of the neck growing longer again. And then give just a little round in the upper back. And then let that round bring you all the way forward. And you might just kind of fold in here with your legs pointing forward, or it might feel nice to walk those feet wide, turn them out a little bit. You can almost think like horse stance or goddess pose. And then maybe you let yourself drop in a little bit more. Feel free to tuck the chin. It can kind of rest right on that, the head can kind of rest right on that bicep there. And let a round of breath go into the backs, the space between the back of the shoulder blades. With a little help from the feet, press the ground away, roll yourself back up. Walk those feet back in if they went wide. And we'll release the arms and come into a cactus, but direct that cactus from the shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades gather behind you, keep the front ribs lightly knitting back. And then can you feel like you're getting taller through the sternum, taller through the crown of the head? And then can you send a breath into the front of the body? We'll cross the left arm on top. Again, eagle or the variation you did last time. And then lift the elbows a little bit, press them forward, find a slight tuck in the chin, and a little round through the upper back. And then if that's feeling good, you might stay here. Or if you want a little bit more, you might round yourself forward and you might just stay with those feet, again, pointing straight forward. Or you might find that kind of horse stance variation where we walk the feet wide, turn the toes out, and let the body drop a bit more. Take that breath into the back of the shoulders. Press through the feet, come back up, lift the chest, walk those feet back in, and release the arms. Gather the shoulder blades, so it's the shoulder blades making the cactus, not the chest shooting forward. Gather those shoulder blades back behind you, pull the front ribs a little bit back, and then lift tall through the sternum, tall through the crown of the head, and take a breath into that space you're creating. Gently release those arms. And we're going to turn to the right side here and find a little chair lunge. So scoot your butt back towards what's now your back edge of the chair. So the right thigh is resting on the width of the chair. Step the left foot back, and then you've got yourself like in a low lunge position. And let this leg feel a little bit heavy. This will depend on the height of your chair. Some of you might touch the ground, and that's fine. You can sneak your foot a little bit back, and then you might get a little bit more into that hip flexor. If you're just kind of hanging there, sometimes it's nice to let the weight drop down. Play with it and see how it feels for you. I'm gonna scooch my leg just a little bit back, and then I feel like I can press through the heel and just get a little bit more support. And then using that right arm maybe to hold the chair back or the edge of the chair, just find something that feels supportive. Lift that left arm up and lean it over into a side bend. Find a sense of the left hip dropping towards the floor as you reach through those left fingertips, and then send the breath into that left side rib cage. Maybe you find a little movement here. And then use that left arm to pull the chest, the torso back up, release the hand down, and you can use your hand to help, or you can just step that left foot forward, and you'll scooch yourself so that both cheeks are on this chair. From there, imagine like you're just going to move through your twist from your rib cage, so let it be fairly small as you turn the chest towards the back of the chair. From there, you can take that left hand to the chair back, and I like to put my right hand underneath the back of the chair, but again, find something that feels comfortable for you. Tuck the chin and turn the gaze towards the left. Then let that left ear fall towards the shoulder. And you might decide that maybe it feels helpful to let that right arm hang, and you might find a little bit more space across the right side of the neck. Take one more breath. Tuck the chin to the chest. Lift the gaze back forward and release your twist, turning to look straight forward. We'll just take a little turn, so we walk around until our left leg is on the inside, our right leg is on the outside, and scooch your butt back so it's coming to what is now the back of your chair. Feel that your whole left thigh, or most of your left thigh, is on the chair, and then that right foot will step back, your chair lunge. Use the back of the chair for support, hold on to what you need to, and again, just work that leg into a shape, a position that feels right for you, and you might find that it feels good to find a little tuck in the tailbone there. That gives me a nice stretch through my front of the thigh, hip flexor area. From here, reach that right arm up and over to the right. Find your side bend. And maybe it stays static, you find a place that feels really good. Or maybe you find a little bit of movement there. Maybe you feel like you close the chest towards the thigh, and maybe turn it up a little towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale into that right side rib cage. Exhale. And draw yourself back up. Maybe use your hand to just give that thigh a little support as it comes back forward. And then scoot yourself so that both cheeks are on the chair again. That little twist, so if it helps, you can even put your hands right on your rib cage and feel like you're kind of spinning the rib cage over the pelvis here to find a little twist to the left. And then you might catch that right hand onto the arm, the back of the chair. And then I like to start with my left hand holding onto the bottom back of the chair. Tuck the chin a little bit and turn it to the right. Then let that right ear fall to the shoulder. And maybe that's the point where you decide it feels good to just let that left arm hang towards the floor. And you might get a little bit more of that stretch through the left side of the neck. Tuck chin back to the chest. Release the right arm, turn yourself so that you're pointing straight forward, and then bring yourself back to that start where you're sitting kind of straight on the chair again. Let the hands come to the legs. Close the